Magic in your pocket. Today, recorded live on June 21st, 2016. Today, of course, is the summer solstice. That's actually not quite true. Yesterday was the summer solstice because we're in a leap year. But it is a magical time of year, so it's only right that we talk about magic. Do you believe in magic? It's a bit of an unfair question, really, for which I must first apologise. For when I say magic, and when you think magic, it's quite likely we're coming at this from different perspectives. I have an interest in etymology, the origin and the ancestry of words, and magic is indeed a challenging word. It is tied to all manner of things, so I will, for this, generalise magic tricks, illusions, sleight of hand, and therefore knowing that it is misdirection in the hands of a skillful practitioner. The Magi, a priesthood of knowledge in the Middle East, owners of hidden knowledge passed on through schools who teach such knowledge. I've spoken in the past also about physical magic. Physical magic is what you see in the movies as a depiction of magic, such as the creation of fireballs, manipulation of nature, lightning, the earth and so forth, blasts of force, summoning of creatures. Magic is also associated with mental intent. The power of incantations and the word should not be taken lightly.
The book from its cradle, you must recite the words Clatu Verata Nictu.
Clatu Verata Nictu, okay. Clatu Verata Nictu.
For which they are created to develop a desired outcome, manipulating the universe to our very will, with consequences to follow as the universe snaps back to its ordinary flow. Which is where magic ties into the paranormal. The abilities under the magic umbrella claimed by many, such as telekinesis, telepathy, knowledge gained from afar from a source, communication with supernatural entities not visible to others present. Magic also is about bringing something into reality, from one state into another. So for instance, a good example would be if you're a songwriter, you hum a tune, you think about it, and then you go home and you add some lyrics, you add some music, you've created a song, you've created magic. When a musician plays music, he often experiences, or she often experiences, euphoria, with a state of zen. You often see this as they play. Amazing to watch when you know someone is in the moment of their music. An esoteric researcher and popular writer, Thomas Sheridan, spoke to a large audience at the AV7 conference just a few months ago where I was in attendance. And Thomas spoke of a description of black magic, where you take these intentions, these attributes, and you direct them onto another person against their will. An example from stage magic to the political stage, they cannot force us to do anything unless we give them permission. For the trick to work, the magician will often ask, can I have a volunteer from the audience? A volunteer. A stage magician will always have the distraction for everyone to be watching. That's right, if you recall, it's always the sexy girl in a little funky little outfit, all sparkly, which catches your attention. He knows and looks at the audience. He knows most are spellbound. So when he asks, can I have a volunteer? Somebody will always raise their hand because they want to get close to the audience. They want to be on stage. They want to be part of the theatrics. They want to get close to the sexy girl. Maybe work their primitive, rustic charm. They've already been highly suggestible to be on the stage in the first place, next to the girl. And when she gives him a kiss, when he comes up, he has been bewitched. The magician casts his instructions, maybe even hypnotised, and has the volunteer barking like a dog, jumping around like a kangaroo. There is no violation or against their will that has occurred, because the magician asked for a volunteer. It's really important. In esoteric lore, there is a term, willingly came as a fool. The sleight of hand, the deception, the control of perception, gaslighting, to achieve a desired result. Magic in your pocket. What does that mean? Magic in my pocket. There is a practice in ritual magic, known as scrying, where a practitioner would take an obsidian mirror, or a dark-coloured black bowl of water usually, taking interpretations and visions from the lines of reflected light. For when you scry, you are connected. Some claim you are connected to the other side, communication with entities of knowledge. Others use the phrase much darker. There is a connection to that of demons. This belief holds that demons reside in the place between the back of the mirror and the depth of your perception, giving them information, corrupting and taking their soul. I would ask you to do a task right now, one which I would never normally ask. I want you to reach into your pocket and grab your mobile device. Typically today, that's going to be a smartphone. What colour is it? It's black. You swipe left, you swipe right, you swipe up and down. People are scrying, communicating, but unbeknownst perhaps, with the distraction of information from television, from football, news, pop music, staying forever into what may honestly be the most demonic entity of all, advertising. Slaves to the perception and the view of the world given to us by our meddling scrying techniques, by our funky little black mirror device. Advertisers, marketing, hype merchants, adverts are not just for advertising, but our very view shaped of the news, the television shows, designed to give us a certain frame of mind. It is indeed a black mirror. If you see yourself reflected in the screen before it lights up from the touch or a stroke of your finger gazing into this object, what's activated? You're scrying. You can see what the future holds in your calendar, for instance. You can see the past of your messages. You can see what other scryers are potentially doing over long distance. The conversations are saved. The same goes for the photographs of your camera. You can also, if wished, browse the news of faraway places that you cannot visit at the current point in time. You can watch live video feeds of what's going on in some unreachable part of the world. You can see through that black mirror that you carry around with you every day. This is scrying in the modern world. Technology has now given us what we've tried to do throughout the centuries. There's a long history to scrying too. It goes back as far as the Egyptians, but likely further, who would pour oil into a jar and try to divine what the future held for them. They would ask a deity for answers to the questions they had, while a young boy would stare into the oil to give them the answers for what he saw. Scrying has always been done on a flat surface, but it seems that mirrors and liquids were always the most popular throughout history. Other things also play into this too, such as crystal balls and giant types of gemstones that were used as always as a flat reflective surface, which they would stare into until it gave the user information that they sought. The famous Nostradamus himself not only used just a mirror, but a black mirror in particular to help him divine the future that he is so remembered for. In history and science, it is disputed that it ever worked in the past. After all, people were staring to a reflective surface until they saw something that made themselves relaxed enough to experience something. Here today, we have the real thing that actually works. Your mobile phone is the ultimate scrying device. Quite often it is the default touchscreen of many devices that it is water that responds to your touch and motion. Is there more magic that you carry in your pocket? Well, without a doubt there is. There's money. And money is the most important magic trick of all time. A discussion for another time. Please feel free to check out my YouTube channel on that, called Money and Alchemy. But for now, this is Christian Lander, signing off today. Hope to speak to you again in the future, very soon.